Hello, 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 and welcome to this Final Boss Fight live stream of the Light of Xaryxis Epilogue. My name is John, and I am joined by Eloise.
Sad twerking.
By Clappy Von Trapp.
Hello.
By Pendragon Nomad.
I am not drunk, I swear.
Nice.
That's what a drunk person would say. By Sean.
I am drunk. I'm not
Yes.
actually.
And by Sean.
He lies. So does Tanny.
I'm also eating brownies. Does that count?
Well, one of
Everyone
us always
just takes my
one
word
of
that
us
I am sad
always
twerking for
tells-
granted.
One of us always tells the truth, and one of us always lies.
Oh no. It took me so long to get my head around that.
We can see you logging into Foundry, John.
Yeah,
I
it's
always
fine.
lie. I do not know. I tell the truth.
You put in the wrong password, John.
He's under pressure. Leave him be. It's fine.
Right.
Just DM
Can't
things.
see my keyboard here.
Pressure.
Down on me.
There we go.
You're an asshole.
No one said this is a musical episode.
Boom, boom, boom.
Last
It's
time,
green.
Last time we kicked butt.
Yeah, we did.
yeah,
Hell
I did it
yeah.
before you, John.
yeah.
So for your job, John.
Fine. If you want to do the intro, you can do the intro. I'll just sit back for a minute and let you.
Never mind, I'm scared.
Last time, after much chasing and tracking and working out how you were going to take down the Xaryxian Empire, you found yourselves at the heart of the Empire at the crowning ceremony of the new Emperor. Or Empress, as it turned out. With your support, the Empress of the daughter of the former Emperor rose to the throne and swiftly turned on you.
Because she's a bitch.
No, we didn't know this. It was
You-
totally
Who possibly could have seen this
unexpected.
coming?
You fought
Everyone.
back.
Everyone saw it coming.
You fought back against her, and with the aid of the Zodar, managed to defeat her, claim the ring of shooting stars, and fling the unsuspecting, unconscious body of a elf into the sun, causing the Light of Xaryxis to implode, the star itself dying, which released the astral vines that gripped Toril.
Quick question. Did we also throw the Empress's body into that as well? And it didn't.
we did at
We
one
threw
point.
her into the
But she was like-
pool, but because she wasn't alive, it didn't
She
pull
was
her
long
in.
dead. She was well
Yeah.
dead.
If
Yeah,
anything, we yeeted her into space.
I stoved
We
her
basically
head in with
gave her
pointy hat.
We basically gave her a space burial, is what it is.
A proper
What
send
you'd
off,
wanted.
as you might say.
I will never stop pointing out that Gleeblack's plan of detonating their sun was what we did.
It's amazing.
Following detonating
Good call,
their
Gleeblax.
sun, you
Which was
all,
Gleeblack's plan.
which was Gleeblax's plan from very near the start, you all travelled back to Toril and found a world slightly changed, slightly different to the one that you left, but recovering, the damage by the astral vines being repaired, the world pulling back from the brink of destruction. by whatever astral ship you make your way back to the planet and disperse back to visit long lost parents, long thought about family or friends or similar.
Or just dotting about the place.
Or just dossing about the place for a
Hey,
moment.
how did you know what Gleeblax was doing?
Isn't that always what Gleebax does? Just does about?
We have got we've got a few scenes to play out. And the first one, Tanny.
Oh, for God's sake, I was hoping to be last! Fine! I have not been mentally prepared!
Have these been like put in like a have you like thought about the order for this, or is it like random?
I have thought about the order for this.
Got it.
Oh, you sack of wizard dicks. You sack of wizard dicks.
Tanny.
Sack of wizard dicks.
Leave me alone, leave me alone. Okay, go on. What do you want?
You, Lady Delilah, travels back home to her family house. Her family
she has
estate.
No choice. She had no choice, though.
And you find there that your father has something. What is the thing that Lady Delilah's father has stolen?
It's a relic of sorts that belongs to, of course, out of the astral sea, belonging to one of the races that they thrive on, and he has taken it as a trophy of being victorious in battle. And basically, ever since then, he's been having problems as people keep attacking him, but refuses to give it back.
So the standard British museum piece. Okay.
Oh, hell fucking yeah, you know it!
It is large.
Dad works for the British Museum.
It is large, too heavy to be carried by a single person. You need to return it to somewhere. That somewhere is protected. It's guarded, and with your best estimates, you need to return it early in the morning.
Yeah.
Your plan to return it requires being social. Is there anyone, or who are the people you call upon for this particular reverse heist?
Well, that depends on the race, really. I would say that Delilah's father kept battling with the Thakreen. And
Okay.
and so the idea is that he has something of a possession of what is known as the Thakreen's possession, relics. And so Lady Delilah would like to ask if Sek can be of help.
Yeah, she would join in if she was asked.
She would ask, can you... Something my father's taken from your people, and I need someone, with you. I need you to help me bring this back and help them understand that I'm taking it back without scaring them.
What is it that was taken?
I want to say it's something of a source, a resource they have that they are of value. He thinks it looks like some sort of it's a relic, it looks precious, it's something that would be of value, but really it's something that is resourceful for the Thakreen.
Okay.
So, we are going to start this scene not in the planning stages as you both sat down and worked out how the plan is going to go. We are going to start as you are entering the location. How are you getting in?
I think we're gonna just kindly walk in and mind out and see, making sure no one comes after us. Mind our step. Do it quietly and stealthily, maybe.
Okay.
And if they come after us, if they find us and all that, we shall reason them.
Is this getting into the Thrakreen place or getting it from...
This is getting
it
into the Thrakreen nest, shall we say.
Because in theory, Zek could go first and could communicate to you that the coast is clear, because she could walk around and look fairly settled.
Yeah.
If that works.
That would work, yeah.
Zek.
Yes.
Early one morning, a few months after you made it back to Toril, you managed to sneak into this... at the behest of your friend, you sneak into this Thrakreen hub that has started to be established on Toril. It's quiet in the early morning, and there aren't many people around. You clock the location of the guards and their particular routes around, and you alert Lady Delilah that the coast will be clear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bang.
And in comes
Okay.
Lady D carrying this item, this resource, this relic.
Just bringing it in, no problems whatsoever.
You're now inside. Flash forward a few minutes. You've got past the outer guards. The general hubbub of the outer layer of protection. You're now in the more tightly knit, the closer space. The inner sanctum, nearly back to putting it where this item should be. But there's a problem. I'm going to roll a dice.
You roll that dice.
And we're going to say there's a problem that requires you to return to the entrance, that requires you to back up for a moment. What is the problem?
God, I don't know. I really don't know.
Zek, you
What
can
went wrong out?
you can weigh in on this if you wish. Or
It's
anyone
the wrong
else.
place.
So that would need us to turn around.
Yeah, go back to the entrance. Maybe it's the wrong place. The wrong place to put it.
I reckon probably like construction work or something is in the way.
Okay. So you thought that this
so
was
there's
the
just
right
too
way
many
in.
people.
You thought this was the right way in or the right time to do this, but as you get close, the way is blocked. There is work happening. There are a lot of thrakreen between you and where you need to put it. So you need to backtrack and you work your way back up towards the entrance. And we're going to roll the dice again. And you need to go back to the planning board, apparently, because that's what that dice roll means.
Oh.
Great.
You did bring the wrong artifact.
So yeah, let's say you brought the wrong thing as well. Not only did you not plan well enough for the construction work, you retreat realizing you've brought the wrong thing with you. You picked up the wrong item.
Well, I had an idea thinking it is the right thing, but my father, has switched it out for a fake.
Okay, so yeah, you brought the fake that he's put on display, not the actual item. So realizing that this is actually a very realistic papier-mâché copy of the item, you retreat.
The father is a piece of shit.
And the following day, you head back in.
After so many suggestions, so many convincing, and so many arguments, she finally got the real deal.
So let's have a moment of planning between you. What is the plan? How are you going to handle this?
We're still going. We can still go in. We just have to go around the construction and go to the right proper location.
Are you going to try and bring anyone else in, or are we going to stick with just this team, or...
What do you think, Sector?
How charismatic you feeling?
I'm not very charismatic.
In which case we might want to bring someone with some charisma in case something goes sideways.
Fiora?
Did someone say charisma?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my charisma's like 13.
I can't remember what mine is. I haven't got my character sheet open.
Open it up!
She does have quite a bit.
It definitely
Yeah, I was
isn't
gonna
me. I think I've
I'm
got the
pretty sure
lowest
you're the highest
charisma of the
charisma.
group.
Yeah,
You are
I'm
the
18, I'm
highest.
18 charisma.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm plus
think-
10 on deception.
A few weeks pass as you send out messages to Fiora. And we
Just
then...
like a massive text saying, help!
Fiora gets a pigeon that says, help.
No detail as to who it's from, so they do nothing.
They do nothing!
A few more
Like,
days
oh,
pass and
these
the,
guys. This is...
Somehow they've bewitched the pigeon to actually say help instead of actually writing something.
Yeah, and it's just so
she
bad.
just gets a talking pigeon just arrive at her door and it was like, what the fuck? Hello?
You just hear like Lady D's voice like, help, please!
Well, she's got to help Lady D.
So we now, a few weeks later, you're back at the thrakreen nest. The construction work has lightened for the moment. You bring Fiora in the hopes that she can talk her way around things or distract people as you get in. You send Zek in first so that she can scope the guards and send the psychic missive back to you all.
Yep. She's got 120 feet of being able to talk straight into your brain.
And you manage to get in and past the entrance. You're now inside. You're getting close to the inner sanctum. You pass by where the construction work blocked your route previously, and I'm going to roll the dice again. And
Go on, dice. Be nice.
this time, you do indeed
Yay.
manage to get to the stage. Now is titled Almost There, but there's a close call. What is the close call?
Close call, close call, close call.
Lady almost dropped the thing and managed to save it.
Okay.
Ah,
I feel like that, like in slow motion.
No.
What you say?
Like one of you, like Lady can't lose her like balance. She's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, because she's been holding it for too long, and so she loses it. She almost like proper like almost drops it, and like one of them like goes in like no, and probably almost like gets slightly crushed by it, saving it.
And you then move. You get it back into location. You manage to sneak it back into the Thrakreen nest. And what is the successful return like? Describe leaving it in place and leaving the hive.
Lady D places this relic onto its actual pedestal as it seemed to like fit in like an actual puzzle piece as it belongs. And it, as she places it, the pedestal and the relic starts to glow in a nice light green and begins to notice the room itself and everything surrounding in the room starts to grow, plants, life form around it. And as we all stand in awe, we're happy, we come out, and as we come out and go into the crowd of the Thrakreen, we notice that everywhere starts to give life. The resource is to give life to the Thrakreen as they've been struggling with whatever to help with their crops and everything, and it was what it was supposed to be. And basically the whole place is thriving at this point. And they leave happy, satisfied that they've done something right, knowing that this is what it's supposed to be in the end.
Gleeblax.
What do you want, meat sack?
Disembodied meat sack.
Very shortly after your triumphant return to Toril, you decide your work is done.
Damn straight I do.
What is it that you decide is finished?
Well, he joined the Spelljammer Academy to learn about the whole spelljamming thing. Done that. He then got roped into saving the galaxy, so it's like, oh, but yeah, done.
What items do you pack with you as you set off?
I just pack pretty much what I had in the beginning and what I've accumulated since. So my trusty abacus, my
Always need
my
abacus.
my bag of 1,000 ball bearings, my +1 staff. Hang on, where's my character sheet?
Uno cards?
Uno cards.
So you taking the Uno cards?
All of Fiora's daggers.
No, to be complete arse, I'm gonna take half the Uno card.
I think
It's
none of
just
you
the
know.
+4s. Just
Yeah.
the +4s.
The Uno Reverso cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The +4s and the reverse cards.
What else did I get? I bought something else. What was it?
You bought me.
Was it just the ball bearing? I'm just gonna bring back everything that I had. Like, everything that's on my character sheet, I'm taking.
Okay.
Well, there is this weird artifact that Delila's parents have.
No.
Hmm.
Who do you say goodbye to?
Nobody. I'm
Like-
going to. I would say goodbye to anyone who happens to be there when as I'm leaving with my bindle my little hobo bindle that doesn't have anything in it because everything's just like floating.
I was gonna say, like,
Everything's
I
just
definitely
floating
know it's not
inside
gonna
of
be in the
the box.
fucking bag. It's gonna be shoved into his slime.
There's nothing in the bindle. Just that,
in the
if
new
anything,
bottle.
there's just a bunch of extra cloth to make other bindle.
So, would any other players like to say that their characters are watching as Gleeblax leaves?
I think like
Yeah.
all of us would be like
yeah, I
we're
think
having
all of
a
us would be there.
we all be there and we're like having a drink and then realizing that he's going, we're like, where are you going?
just walks past.
Are you leaving? Are you leaving us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Will we ever see you again?
Probably not.
Oh, come here then. And Delilah will try to hug him, but I know for a fact he just slithers out. Thank you so much for coming with us to save the world.
It was inconvenient.
Tell you to the Dalek.
You were being inconvenient.
It was inconvenient.
Inconvenient. Theodoric will just walk up to him and be like, thanks for the Uno, man. Enjoy whatever it is you get up to, buddy.
You can keep the Uno cards. I'll proceed to hold my hand out, just squelch the Uno cards, but not all of them.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Where's all the plus fours, you bastard?
Like, a couple hours later, Theodaric's sitting there going through, like, that motherfucker.
Like Fiora's just gonna be standing there like, okay. This is fine.
Okay, bye.
I'm fine with this.
And then Fiora's like Fiora's actually like crying inside, like, no.
She's going to I think she's going to like really begrudgingly miss him. Like, she's not going to tell anyone, but she's just going to be like, when she's like bored and sitting at home, she's just going to be like, I miss that asshole slime.
Is there anything would like? Is there anything Zek would like to say to Gleeblax as he goes?
Zek would. I'm trying to think whether Zek's got anything, but I think, like, in the bag of holding, but I can't remember. But no, so she would just go up to him and just say, cause all of the chaos. I know you're going to anyway, but, you know.
Kick some ass, my friend!
Make the most of it.
What are you talking about? I don't cause chaos.
Sure.
Steals a piece of cake and throw it in, get it into the goo that Delilah made for all of us, and he's just like, he just slowly takes the whole cake.
And as you hitchhike or stow away aboard a random Spelljammer vessel.
You know what'd be really funny as well? Instead of like waving goodbye to him, we all put our middle fingers up as a goodbye.
Yes.
Like, you!
Just,
Like a salute.
Does Gleeblax turn back for a last look?
Hang on.
Oh no.
Just the middle finger just emerges out of his backside.
Hang on. It's this. But all middle
yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
For those in the
Just
stream,
anyone in general.
it's the wands, but holding the wands up when Dumbledore dies.
Spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Yes, spoilers
Spoiler
for
alert.
that fairly old film by now.
Yeah, an old
If you were
book.
going to watch it, you would have watched it by now.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
just instead of like waving goodbye, it's just like middle fingers.
Like, spoiler alert for like the, I don't know, almost 20-year-old movie or something, I don't know.
So
Not
does
20, but-
Gleeblax turn back for a last look?
Oh, just like Leabax, I'm going to miss him.
And now
Leabax has lived these days.
And now for everyone else. When do you turn away from Gleeblax receding into the distance?
Immediately.
I think he's the last one sobbing.
Important business.
Jack would probably sit down somewhere nearby to watch.
I feel like Fiora kind of starts to walk away, but then she sees that Lady D is really quite upset, so she's like, okay, I'll stay with Lady D.
You turn around, Glebe like is standing there.
No!
Before we all turn around and see Glebe like standing there, Theodark's just like, what a weird, interesting, just lovely guy. Lovely guy.
Lovely guy.
You just hear like Lady D just
Absolutely
like
He's
Fiora's
like
such an
patting Lady D.
asshole.
Fiora's like
But
patting Lady D on the head like he was an asshole, wasn't he?
Like she's actually got proper tissue. She's like a proper like classic old actress kind of look. Like
A few months pass, and you separate and go about your business, and those of you still on Toril meet up every once in a while, but it becomes rarer because you've not got the pressing need to be together all of the time anymore. You're not saving the world at the moment, and real life drifts back in, and things happen. And eventually, Zek, Delilah, and Theodark, you all are greeted with an envelope.
Ooh.
It's a black envelope.
Ah, the luckiest and nicest of colours.
With a wax seal on the back in the seal mark of Fiora's family.
I want to say, like, as we open it and we look at it, it's like a big red hand that says, "We know."
It's the Dark Brotherhood, oh god.
Yeah. So I need to throw it out there. Surprise! Surprise, motherfucker!
You crack the seal open, and you pull out the letter inside, and it does not say "we know." It does not have a giant red hand print.
God damn it.
It is writing to inform you of the sad and untimely passing of Fiora's mother,
Oh.
and requesting your presence at the funeral.
Of course.
Fiora, sorry, could we have a name for your mother, please?
Oh, her name's Amelia.
Thank you. You are all invited to the funeral. I nearly said wedding. That's the wrong one.
Wrong one.
Weddings and a funeral.
The funeral of Amelia de Vries. Are you all planning to attend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fiora, would you like to describe the scene?
So, the funeral is a very public affair. Like, of course, the most important people have been invited, but it's also has been a general invitation to the general public to come and mourn the beloved Lady Amelia de Vries. And so there's a lot of flowers around, there's a lot of decoration, there's a lot of portraits and pictures of her going around. Everyone is in mourning, everyone's in black, everyone's but in their best, you know? Like everyone's looking pretty swag, even if it's all black. And same with Fiora, she's going to be fully decked out. Probably the most extravagant outfit she's ever worn. But obviously, she's deeply in mourning. of course, it's all very, very sad, you see. So, black veils, black jewels, black everything. And the main funeral is sort of taking place. I don't know sort of what the religious buildings sort of look like, but like it's a big grand affair, essentially. And at certain points, her casket is paraded through the town, and the townspeople are invited to mourn her publicly. They throw flowers, and everyone's just so sad. It's just so sad, you guys. Am I convincing? Am I convincing you that it is very sad?
I don't know, but
Make it
I
sad.
get the feeling that it's a little sad.
It's so
much
sad.
sadness.
It's a
It
little
is so
sad.
sad.
We need some sad music, guys.
You know, I feel like we've got some professional mourners out here, you know, like really weeping and throwing themselves at the casket. It's full theatrics.
Much wailing and
Like,
gnashing of teeth.
Spared no expense.
Yes. After the very public and very loud funeral, you have a wake and you are able to interact with each other for the first time in a little while. And so I will let you talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes.
So I think I should start off by saying that the wake probably feels... So the wake is more private. It's members of the DeVries family and their invited guests. So you guys. But it's mostly family members. And probably what you're going to notice is that at the wake it feels significantly less sad. Like everyone's sort of like, you know, everyone's still in mourning, but like people are drinking, there's music playing, people are just having, you know, just nice chats and conversations. Everyone's being sort of very polite, but it just feels less sad all of a sudden.
Zek has shifted all of her colours through to black. So all of her panels in her are dark colours.
That's very respectful, I appreciate that.
There were a lot of people outside, lots of people attended. It's impressive.
Oh well, she was very popular, you see.
Thedark, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Thedark has kind of like attempted to clean up the best he can. Like he's shaped his beard up, kind of got his hair back in a ponytail, all black, no armor or anything. He's just gonna, you know, being super respectful, and he knows how, you know, because he comes from high society, he knows how these events are. So he's doing his best to kind of, you know, show his respect and everything. He walks up and just kind of places a hand on Fiora's shoulder and says, "Sorry for your loss."
And Fiora, she's just gonna like nod. She's gonna be like, "Oh, thank you." And like she's not like looking probably as sad as people are expecting. Kind of same with everyone else in the room. It's like she's kind of just standing there, drink in hand, just sort of just milling about, just like, yep, same old.
Lady D has to be motherfucking dramatic, and she's still sobbing. She's proper sobbing. She's like, "I'm so sorry for your mother." And she's like hugging him. It's like a proper tight hug, but you're fucking suffocating. And
like...
you note that never once you've ever seen her wearing any dark clothing. She's like proper wearing a nice black dress, proper decked out black dress kind of thing. And she's like, "I'm really sorry." And she actually put makeup on it, so her mascara's actually dripped down or something. And she's like, "I'm so sorry for your mother. It must be really sad."
I feel like Fiora's gonna sort of look at everyone and sort of, she's just gonna say like, "Well, if you all clean up this nicely, we should have events like this more often."
Still sobbing.
Whilst Lady D is sobbing her eyes out, I'm gonna nudge Thedark into his head, say, "Does something feel a little bit off about this?
Can I talk back to you?
No.
In that way? Okay, so when you say that, Thedark's gonna just kind of look over at you and catch your eye and just kind of like nod, like, yeah, this gives that look like I agree 100%.
Hmm. Zek will reply again just to you. Do we need to talk to Fiora separately? Are we missing something? Here's not the place, right?
And he's
I
just
think,
gonna kind of
I wonder
like
if Fiora's going to like
take
sort of
his
make
head a
notice of
little
your eye
bit.
contact and be like, something on your mind.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm just gonna like kind of do a little kind of head shake, like non-conspicuous, and then grab your shoulder and be like, "Hey, can we talk somewhere?"
Here is as better as any. Here is better than anywhere else. What's said
Somewhere,
inside is not heard outside.
somewhere with less people.
I think
We can
at
sort
this
of go off
point,
into a corner somewhere.
Lady
Yeah.
D will stop sobbing, but she's doing the sniffles now at this point.
Still dabbing the cheeks with tissue.
Yep.
We'll walk past Zach and kind of motion for them to follow
Yeah, will do.
over into the corner and just be like, kind of a big difference from the funeral, hey?
Oh well. You know, these things, public affairs and all that. But in the family, we're much more of a quiet and sedate lot, and you know, life goes on. Life just continues.
Okay, that's fair. Is there anything else going on? Like, is there something? I don't know. It feels off.
Well, dare say Mother didn't appreciate life as much as she should have done.
Mhm.
Such a shame. That's what
Indeed.
happens. You play the game, sometimes you lose.
I just want to look out for you, make sure you're all right.
I don't need looking after.
I know you don't.
I feel like at some point she sort of, I think that if they're still in the same room but in the corner, Fiora just kind of looks over, she glances her father, who's also looking over at them.
Your
Sort of
father
makes
looks
eye
back,
contact with
his
him.
fingers steepled, just makes eye contact with you.
And Fiora just smiles back and just sips her drink.
Did we
He
clock that?
raises a drink towards you with one hand.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did we clock that?
You clock
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
They are
As
not
I say,
hiding it
everyone,
very well.
Okay.
what is said inside is best not said outside.
Well, if you ever need anything, you found us this time.
She just keeps sipping her drink like, all's well. And all shall be well.
We just go to the outback. And Lady D will quickly find the ladies' room. I'm just going to clean myself up.
Proud of
So
her
I'm
name.
also going to BRB as well.
I'm trying to think whether Zek would press or not. I don't think she would. She can see that there's some unspoken, kind of half-spoken thing going on. But it's not, she's not used to, like, the high society sort of stuff, so it's still a bit beyond her understanding.
Thedark will leave it at what he said last.
If that is sort of the end of it, I think Fiora will just sort of calmly excuse herself and sort of abandon the group and go stand by her father.
The scene fades as Fiora stands next to her father. You can see similar emotions playing across both of their faces. Fiora withdraws from the group for a while. And I believe, as was messaged to me, enters her villain's era.
Villain era.
Yeah, that checks out.
Would you like to describe any of what the villain era means for Fiora?
Well, basically her family has always been super shady, and if it wasn't... I don't know how obvious I was being or not, but basically her mother did not die in particularly nice circumstances. And Fiora basically had a big hand in that, and she wanted her mother gone, and now she is, and now she and her father can run the house together, essentially.
Intriguing.
Continuing on their nefarious, shady actions.
Yep, I got that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Months,
I have returned.
months
Welcome back.
start
Fiora's a
to-
villain.
Villain
What?
era.
Fiora's entered her villain era.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah!
Days turn in.
She had a hand in the death of... Or knew about, had a slight hand in the death of her mother.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How? Was it... Did she confess it?
It was implied.
No. Days
That
turn
thing-
into weeks, turn into months.
Turn into years. turn into
Honestly, I'm
years.
surprised that like Gleebax didn't crash the funeral in some way.
Lady
Your mother's
Delilah,
Your
Yes,
mother suddenly
me
gives
again.
up.
It's like, yes.
for reasons of safety,
Oh.
you are destroying something.
Someone.
Fiora.
Well, that villain era didn't last long.
Your wrecking ball scene, your plan was expensive and used the adjective sunk. Why and how are you destroying this someone?
Turns out this someone was planning on, still despite having to believe that his days were over as a spelljammer and having wars and conquering things, still can't get over the fact that things are changing. And so he wants to get back at it. And unfortunately, there's no way of convincing this person that they need to stop. And so Lady D has no choice but to kill this person in order to stop the ways of conquer and such.
How do you intend to go about it?
In a way, it came out of nowhere. It was not planned, in a way. It just happened. It was more the idea that she wanted the idea of stopping him and keeping him locked up. But unfortunately, it fell on deaf ears and fall to death.
I will remind you that in this scenario, there are no dice to determine the outcome. You have succeeded. You have done the thing. Your father is destroyed.
Nice.
You may.
We're just killing parents out here.
Yeah, but to get devil in there. No, she's more likely just trying to stop it.
You may at this juncture choose to invite other players to join a single scene after the target has been destroyed.
I think at this point, oh god, because I don't know who would be in this in a way of having to help make that decision for her, even though it was no choice.
I know what Fiora would say.
You should kill your dad.
Kill your parent. Do it now.
I would say like all three. I think
Right.
I would probably say all three of them were there as a way of like they had a bit of a reunion. All of them were there and they had a bit of a reunion, and unfortunately things took a turn as she finds a letter about her father doing something he's not supposed to, and causing a crime.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
I've got some questions for you first, Lady D.
Yep.
And then for everybody else, and then you will have a chance to have the role-playing conversation.
Okay.
Lady Delilah.
Yes. Yes.
Are you basking in this glory? Are you celebrating?
No, I'm not.
Are you
This...
Are you worried you will be caught? Are you going to attempt to hide this?
I will not. Unfortunately, this was already out in the open. There was nothing to stop about it. Nothing to stop.
How much
There was no
time
stopping
has How much time has passed? Are you walking away from a burning building? Are you now old and grey, remembering what once was?
No, not very much time has passed. It feels new, relatively.
Set the scene. Where are you now that you've completed this? The deed is done. The father is dead. Where are you?
Lady D is... She is currently in a tavern. She's no longer wearing the uniform she used to wear. She's kind of more... Not in a way of tattered. She's quite more battle ready than ever.
Armoured more than
slightly
dress
armoured.
uniform.
Yeah, the uniform is gone. There's still a bit of colour in there. There's still a bit of pink and all that. She hasn't got rid of her favourite earrings. She looks more calmer and more, much more collective. I think that's the best way to say it. She's a little bit more confident and a little bit more stern. She's actually drinking a very stronger ale, and she's just chilling at this point. Normally in her younger years, during the time of her spell jamming years, she was more like happy-go-lucky. She was very loud. She was more always constantly talking about something in a way of trying to keep a conversation so less quiet and a bit anxious and always jumpy.
Mm-hmm.
But here she's more different, more mature in a way.
Do you have any new scars or marks from this?
She has quite a lot of scars on her face. There's some very old ones. Old ones to do with the fact that most of them are scarred from her by her father. And she does have like bullet hole marks. Bit of her ear's been chipped off. Scars all over her eyes, but she seems proper battle worn in this way. Yeah.
As you sit to drink.
Just quickly, how much older is she?
She was originally 28, So this will be, should be 32 now, 4 years later.
Okay, cool.
She was originally 28, then she was 70, and then she was 28 again.
Now she's 32.
Now she's 32.
For the other three of you,
Mm-hmm.
how do you find Lady Delilah in this tavern? Has she sent for you? Did you get some word that she's here? Is this an arranged meeting?
For Zach, it would probably be an arranged meeting.
And I think Thedark has just kind of been wandering for a while at this point and just happened to stumble in and see Zek and Delilah there. Seeing Delilah looking, a little worse for wear than I had left her. So he would walk up and be like, "What are y'all doing here?"
When you see Lady D, both of you, like when you approach her, you basically do see a smile that you do recognize from many years ago. She still has the same kind of happy, like, "Oh, I'm happy to see you here," smile. Like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here," like, kind of feeling. So it's not all gone. Despite how rough or basically how mature, battle worn she is, she's happy to see you.
It's lovely to see you, although you have changed a lot. Have the battles been hard?
Yeah, it's not easy, and you notice her voice changes a little bit. She's not very high pitched. It's not exactly easy when after picking up whatever your father's left off, putting back all the puzzle pieces in, didn't expect him to have so much shit around to clean up. And you notice she starts swearing.
Whoa.
Yeah, these things are never easy. It's so good to see you, though.
It's
You
good
too,
to see you
Zach.
guys. Don't suppose if anyone heard from Glee Blacks at all?
Oh, the asshole took all the +4s in my Uno deck, though.
Yeah, I've not heard anything from him for ages. He's
That's
definitely having another adventure somewhere.
As the three of you start catching up, contemplating the missing friend, the camera pans to the door as Fiora enters.
Fashionably late, of course.
Is she like no longer all the colours of like yellow and all that? She's like proper gothic-y looking.
Maybe not gothic, but certainly like lots of very deep sort of colours, like very wealthy sort of. Like not in like full regalia, because obviously we're in a tavern. But she's gonna be looking pretty good.
Well. Look what the cat dragged in.
Fiora.
Heard you're all in town. Heard along the grapevine. Thought
Yeah.
I'd come and say hello.
Of course.
How are
Well,
things?
Busy. Run off my feet all the time. It's difficult managing accounts, managing people.
Yeah, I imagine. It's part of the reason I left it.
Wouldn't trade it for the world, though.
I don't have to worry about all of the, good thing I don't have to worry about all that kind of crap. The whole fucking manor burnt down before I even got a chance.
Sounds intense.
Well, like I said, my father had some. Well, my father had had owed a lot of people money and such. Got in a lot of problems. I'm just here to pick up the pieces and clean it up. I guess some of them are just not very forgiving.
Suppose if you're ever in in need of some additional assistance in cleaning up loose ends, I might be able to assist.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
We are very good at tying up loose ends.
You know, I still think about that day when it all happened. Sometimes I wish it never happened with my father. But I guess it's just how it is.
Then will reach over. You're a good person, Lady D.
I appreciate that. If anything, my mother is now being taken care of by other family members, and my 2 older brothers are in hiding somewhere, and I've still been looking for them. Of course, that would be up my father's side.
If I hear anything, I'll be sure to let you know. But
And likewise, and if you
How
find
long
them,
do you intend to continue searching?
Well, the last time I've heard some words, my older brother Garrus, he was up in north somewhere in Icewind Dale, and Ericus was out somewhere with a spell jamming crew in the Astral Sea somewhere, hiding in other planets. So I've kind of got a couple of people on it, but if anything, I think I could probably get more searching, but I'm not worried about them. They seem to be not wanting to make a move. Not heard anything about making a move yet. But at the moment, it's just... I think I'm almost done with my father's mess. Turns out he had more relics to harbour, to hoard, and to use. For most of them, they've been on the black market, though.
oh, reach out if you need anything. If there's any way that I can help.
Well, that's
Do the
another... I was hoping to ask, actually. There seem to be, like, certain relics that belongs back to certain people that you might know, think, like, in the forest and such. Maybe you can help me get them back.
Yeah.
And as for the manor, that's going to be, since it's already been burnt down, that property is now going to be completely cleared out and be rebuilt to something else. Might put a little cottage on there. And spend my days there after it's all done.
Well, I'd be happy to help in any way that I can, Lady D. You're one of the best people I know.
She smiles at that.
Like Fiora is going to say something along the lines of, and once you're finally settled, you must come for tea.
Of course, I will.
The camera pulls up, unless Zek has any last lines
Nope.
for... The camera pulls back from the tavern, and another year or so passes. Thaydark.
That's me.
The end is never without signal. It precedes itself in flares and gasps, sometimes quiet, sometimes loud. Gonna roll some dice now, and we're gonna determine what your omen is. These are the dice. A story. Fractured in the mind monstrous. These are the fragments of the omen. What is it?
So I feel like it would happen kind of like in a dream almost, with Thedark, and he would just see glimpses of his past, like when he was in his youth, like before the Spelljammer, before he left the High Elves. He would see glimpses of that, and then he would see glimpses of when he was in with the Spelljammers, and then it would flash back to his home and just like glimpses of his parents' palace, I guess, mansion, whatever, living quarters where he grew up. Is like there's flashes of it, like he'll be in like the dining area and then it'll flash and it's all destroyed, and then it flashes back, and like this happens all throughout the house, kind of to indicate that there's something wrong or something is going to be wrong with that scene.
What does Thedark think it means?
So Thedark wakes up kind of in a cold sweat, right? Like, you know how you do. And he thinks back to the last time that he saw his parents, the last time that he saw his family, the last time that he saw everything. And he doesn't know what it means, but he knows he's got to go back. He has to get back to his home. He fears an invasion of the city, or maybe an assassination of his parents or something, but he doesn't know exactly what to think of it. He just knows that he's got to go back.
As Thedark sets off on a new personal journey, the camera pulls back and away, leaving him to seek out this new quest. And it fades to black. And in your mind's eye, in the mind's eye of this camera that has been moving through these scenes, simple white text appears on the screen. 30 years later. This fades to reveal a statue surrounded by plants and flowers. The camera draws away from the statue, and as it comes into focus, you can see that it is a stone visage of your Thrakreen friend Zektar. You can hear the beeping and whirring of hospital equipment around the statue. Around the base of the statue is sculpted bracket fungus. An inscription reveals that Zektar was instrumental in finding the cure to the fungal infection that had plagued the Thrakreen, and this is one of many memorial statues to her in various hospitals across Thrakreen-populated worlds. Tireless searching and answers found is inscribed into the stone under the name of Zektar. Vining flowers have been strung around the statue, the same that can be refined into the cure. A young Thrakreen who has the creeping lines on the edge of their plates of the infection, but that has since been cured, sits cross-legged in front of the statue, sketching the flowers into a worn notebook, which contains notes about the cure and the life of Zektar, the Thrakreen who saved their life. And the camera pans back and back. And then fades to black. And the credits roll.
And the crowd goes wild. Oh.
Everyone stands up and claps.
Everybody clap.
So that is the end.
That was really cool.
Sad.
That is the end of the game. 2 of you entered your villain era.
I wouldn't say villain era, more of an anti-hero.
It pans back even further to the back of the cinema with Glee Black sitting with his foot on the other seat going, well, that was a load of shit.
Like, boring.
It pans back, and then the credits finish rolling, and it opens back up again on a room, and Zektar, Gleeblax walks out in a dressing gown. What are you still doing here? The film's over. Get out.
Leave your jerk bags.
And just 10 middle fingers hit the screen.
And the end, like the Looney Tunes ending themes just plays.
That was good.
Warwick comes out as, that's all, folks.
It didn't die.
Wait, didn't Warwick die?
No, that was the other one. No, Warwick did die.
No, Warwick was the one that died. Ghost
Yeah.
Warwick.
God.
Ghost Warwick with a little halo.
Like the end of Star
Ghost of
Wars.
Warwick.
Like the end of Empire Strikes Back. Ghost Warwick's just like, what the fuck was that?
It even in my body.
Man.
So, that was that.
That was awesome.
It was.
Sad.
That was my first D&D campaign, and it was amazing, and I loved
Congratulations! More D&D now.
Yay!
it. More D&D and other games.
That means now this one's done, I can go to another D&D! Yes.
And so,
More D&D!
we are going to finish up by saying to the camera, thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know we go live, a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. It really does mean a lot to us. Thank you for joining us throughout the game. We also have a YouTube channel that you can go to catch all of the previous videos, all of the previous adventures of the Spelljammers, as well as all of our other videos are up on the YouTube channel. You can head over there, ring the bell, and you'll get notifications as to when videos go live. We also have a Discord you can join to chat with us about the games that we're playing and the things that we're doing. I can't remember what's actually been happening in the Discord today, though, so let's have a quick look. We've been discussing the fact that next month is Zine month and Steam Next, so that's fun times for some people. We have a website, www.finalbossfight.co.uk, where you can go to find lots of written content, details about all sorts of things. the ever-expanding FBF podcast network, where we will have the audio versions of these stories as well as other D&D and Call of Cthulhu games are on the FBF podcast network, and links to the YouTube and the Discord are also on our website. And that's a good reason for the raid to go that way, Sean. Let's go and look real quick before we do the raid at the upcoming streams, and we're going to say that on Wednesday this week, Angel is playing Yakuza 0. Ben is hopefully going to be playing some Stardew Valley, and we on the FBF channel are going to be playing some of the modded Minecraft server. On Thursday, Angel is going to be playing more Yakuza 0. On Friday, hey, it's D&D times, because I love D&D. We're going to continue the family tour of the Golden Tooth as we get to Neverwinter and Calderax's parents.
Ooh.
On
The best.
We saved the best till last.
Of course you did.
On Saturday, the FBF quiz night starts off this year by wrapping up last year's news. I have a round on Stanley Kubrick films, and then a round on the weird scientific discoveries of 2023, and the unusual news and media events of 2023. And I really need to come up with a third round, a fourth round for the thing to, have all of the rounds that I need. On Sunday, maybe after the stream.
Gotcha.
On Sunday, Rime of the Frost Maiden continues as the group need to find out what happened to that dragon they saw leaving the castle. Monday next week, Angel loves Yakuza 0. Ben is going to hopefully be playing some Stardew Valley. And over here on FBF, I'm going to continue trying to wrap up Marvel's Midnight Suns. Stay tuned for all of those things and so many more streams in the future. I know that several members of this group are very much looking forward to playing our next role-playing game. One, because I get a chance to play, and two, because somebody else is going to get a chance to run a game for a change. We're going to be playing, in the not-too-distant future, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the role-playing game.
Yes! I cannot wait!
Ooh.
Oh, shut up, Sean.
And now we're going to do a raid. We're going to now do a raid at the Tales of Gaming Addiction, because D&D.
D&D.
D&D, what's that? Never heard of it.
D&D Beyond, it's D&D.
So go give Toga some love. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, bye,